deep dive where emotions meet the stars and spirituality takes center stage. Join Sherianna Boyle and Carmen Schott as they explore astrology, mental health, manifesting, and so much more. Two women on a spiritual path, sharing wisdom, stories, and the magic of sisterhood. Ready to dive deep? Let's begin.
Welcome to Deep Dive. I'm Sherianna.
And I'm Carmen. And this is a show about astrology, emotions, and spirituality.
Each week we take a deep dive into what's happening astrologically, how it's impacting you emotionally. And in the second half of the show, we give you some tips for how to navigate this week. This week, we're talking about Sunday, June 29th through July 5th, which is going to cover July 4th. How's it looking?
So, July, we're in Cancer season, guys, and we've had a lot of Cancer energy. You know, last week we had the new moon in Cancer, Jupiter in Cancer, the sun in Cancer, all conjunct, which they say was like the luckiest time of the year a little bit, you know, with all the Jupiter luck. And now we have Venus, the planet of love and relationships and harmony and art and beauty, going into Gemini. So Venus into Gemini. So on July 4th, and that's really going to get a new energy with our relationships. We're going to want to communicate more. We're going to want to socialize more, get more active together, do something fun, you know, go to a concert, go to the movie theater, go out to eat. You know, you're going to maybe want your partner to open up a little bit more and talk to you and share some things with you, okay? Because Venus was in Taurus before, you know, and now it's in Gemini. So it went from earth to air. And so it was more, it's really time to be flirtatious and
so if you don't have a partner, I always think about the people that don't have a partner.
Yeah.
How does it affect them?
If you don't have one and you're wanting to meet one, it's a good time to go places where there's a lot of people and groups and social friends. Like go out with your friends, because Gemini rules friends and connections and acquaintances. And so you can often meet your partner or a love interest or someone, you know, a companion through a friend, through a group, through being with your friends and going out, you know, going out and being social, you know, getting out and about. That's Gemini, because they're restless. They're always short journeys, you know, get in their car, driving here, going in this store, going there, you know, networking. And they talk to everyone they see. So you could get good luck with meeting someone through your friends.
That's right.
Being a little more social and open to change. Because Geminis are mutable. They adapt to change, where we've been in Venus and Taurus, which Tauruses don't like change. They like stability, what's comfortable to them. They don't want to get out of their comfort zone. They want peace and harmony, and they want to know what to expect. Now we're in a whole new energy. Gemini's like, okay, I'm more open-minded about meeting people and finding love and showing love. But if you are in a relationship, you'll be more expressive verbally about how you feel. And that could be if you're irritated or if you're happy with someone, you're more likely to tell them right now. So that's kind of the energy shift there. You know,
I'm thinking about the people who feel like they don't have a lot of friends, Carmen. And I remember one of my daughters was saying that not too long ago, because she's living in her town and feeling like all my friends are gone or gone away to school or doing other things. And here I am. Yeah. And she's like, there's nobody here my age. Everybody's retired. And I'm like, what do you mean? Because I teach at yoga studios. I'm like, I teach, I see them. Everybody's your age, girl. You got to come with me to class sometime. And I think it's important to get yourself out there. And if you're not meeting anyone doing the things that you're doing, then change it up, because I guarantee they're around.
Yes.
Your tribe is around. You just might need to try other things or change up the time of day or something like that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. So Venus. Cool. So can we start out on anything happening on June 29th?
There's not a ton happening on June 29th. Let's see. Um, the biggest thing today is on June 29th is let's see, the moon is in Leo.
Okay.
So we have a Leo moon, which because we just had the new moon in Cancer. So this moon in Leo is going to make us feel a little bit playful, want to have some fun and be creative, be, self-expression, do something, a hobby, emotionally. We can feel a
Okay.
little bit happy, when the moon's in Leo, people feel a little lighthearted and happy and flirtatious. And it's,
Okay.
because it's a happy fire.
So it is a good time to go out or go on
Yeah.
vacation, take a
Yeah.
couple days off. And a lot of people do take this week off, Carmen, with
Yeah.
or the week of July 4th off or an extended weekend or something,
Yeah.
family.
Yeah, the moon will, is in Leo the weekend, then it goes into Libra, or goes into Virgo, then Libra. It'll be in Libra on 4th of July. The moon will be in Libra.
What does that mean?
So Libra is all about peace and balance in relationships and having harmony and compromising in relationships and being with a partner. So,
Okay.
being with your family, friends, your partner, spending time, relaxing, no stress. Libras don't like stress. They really like peace.
Mm-hmm.
And they're the mediator. So if there's any conflict brewing with the holidays, if you get with your extended relatives or,
Yes.
aunts, uncles, cousins, grandparents, whatever, if there's some tension,
Yeah.
with the grandkids and, different generations, all together,
Sure.
different topics can come up. This will help. The energy will help us be more adaptable and more, how do you say it, fair and
Okay.
balanced, just and see both sides of issues. So
I,
it's good to have it there on a holiday where everybody's going to be maybe seeing each other when you haven't been together in a while. A lot of people do barbecues and family reunions. They all get together on the 4th of July weekend, to see each other, and they typically don't hang out.
right.
So, it's a good moon to do that, good time to do that.
Good moon.
That's a good moon.
It's a good
Yeah.
moon to do that, right?
Yeah, and the other big thing, major astrological energy this week is July 4th, the planet Neptune, the planet of spirituality, illusion, addiction, escaping from the world,
Yeah.
drugs, alcohol, but also, finding art, creativity, imagination, idealism. It's where we're really idealistic is the planet Neptune, and it's going retrograde on July 4.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
So that means that it's
What does that
spinning.
mean? Are we going to be blocked?
It means it's spinning backwards, kind of like when Mercury goes retrograde. So it's going to
So,
make us more introverted, more reflective, more a little bit blocked energy. That's what it feels like. Because a retrograde,
so
it's
a
like
little
Venus.
bit blocked around July 4th.
We're gonna have Venus into Gemini. That's going to really bring out the social part. And then the
Okay.
moon's in Libra, which is social, spending time. But then we have Neptune going retrograde that same day.
Ooh, okay.
So
So you
it's
might
gonna,
feel a little frustrated or not trusting your gut as
well, you,
much,
well,
or if because that's what happens when we feel blocked is we
yeah,
start to self-doubt or question,
yeah.
or
Well,
maybe we don't see everything accurately.
sometimes when this is what's interesting about when a planet goes retrograde and then when it goes out of retrograde, when it first goes into retrograde, sometimes something's revealed, something you
Mm,
didn't see or notice before. So
right.
Neptune is associated with secrets, hidden.
Okay.
So there could be some news or some announcement or something you find out that
Mm-hmm.
it was a secret or that you were not aware of when
Yeah.
Neptune goes retrograde.
Okay.
It's kind of like when Mercury goes retrograde, someone from our past will email or call us or communicate with us out of the blue.
Mm-hmm.
Neptune's similar, except it has to do with hidden secrets, hidden
Ah,
things, idealism, things that we see we're not seeing clearly with Neptune. So when it
okay.
goes retrograde, it can either make that worse or it
Mm-hmm.
can reveal something that we weren't seeing clearly. We all of a sudden notice it
Okay.
differently. So it's kind of it's not a bad thing. It can be good and bad because it can help us take the rose-colored glasses off when
Okay.
it's retrograde in a way. And it does the day it goes when it first goes retrograde and when it ends are the times you'll notice things can happen then.
Okay.
You'll notice. Yeah. So definitely it'll happen July 4th is when
And that's why I think, Carmen, when I'm thinking about, when people are looking for clarity in their life or they're looking for direction and it doesn't come right away. Do you believe that this is why? Because they don't realize energy's happening and it's not like they're like, what am I doing wrong? Why don't I know what's wrong with me? How come I don't have that sense of direction?
Yeah.
Do you feel like we are pretty heavily influenced by these retrogrades and
Oh
such?
yeah. Yeah, I mean, the planet, when the big planets like Neptune, Saturn, Uranus, Pluto, they really affect us in a big way. And Neptune, like exactly what you just said, Neptune in our birth chart in the sky, it makes us not see things clearly. It's the planet of illusion.
That's what I was thinking.
It's like a fog, a mystical fog, illusion, also disillusionment is a Neptune thing because you get your hopes up and things aren't what you idealize them to be because Neptune makes us idealistic, seeing the good in everything.
Yeah.
It's a very spiritual planet because it rules Pisces. It's associated with Pisces in modern astrology. So, and it's the planet of, if you think of spirituality, it's having faith in something you can't see. It's believing in things like astrology that you can't see the energy, but it's working. It's these things that are hard to grasp. They're they're not, you can't grab them and feel them like, earth. It's watery. It's like angels and spirits and meditation and different levels of consciousness and the Akashic
And that's why it's so important to ask your guides, right? I think that's where knowing how to ask your guides, how to get that divine guidance can be so helpful, so much reassurance. Like today I was thinking about something and I was driving my daughter to go pick up her car. Her AC wasn't working and so damn hot today. And so we went to go get her car. And on the way back, I saw a license plate with 7 sevens on it.
Oh,
now,
cool.
7's always my number to tell me. 7's very significant in my work because there's just a spirit. There's seven steps to asking spirit. Okay. And anyway, 7's like very significant in that book. Yeah. I talk about the power of 7. So I was like, oh my gosh. So then I started thinking, okay, what was I just thinking about?
Yeah.
Because that was just a validation. Yeah. What was I just thinking about? Right. And it just happened so fast. And I think sometimes during these times where you don't know, it's like we need those signs. We need that reassurance from the universe. Let's take a quick break, Carmen. Let's come up. We're coming up on our break now. So we'll take a quick break and maybe you can finish up anything else to expect for the week, as well as any tips or tools that we can offer you this week. And if you ever miss a show, not a problem on KMET Radio, go to Deep Dive with Carmen and Sherianna on YouTube. That's where all the replays are. And guess what? You can ask us questions. So if you have something going on, if you're sitting there listening, Carmen's saying something, you're like, but this, but that, feel free to give us a little, find us over there. Deep Dive with Carmen, Sherianna, and ask us a question or let us know if you're enjoying the show. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Astrology is energy. Unlock the wisdom of your birth chart with my new book, Your Astrological Energy. Pre-order your copy today and receive 10% off a personal consultation with me. Visit CarmenTurnerSchott.com to claim your special offer today.
When was the last time you took time for you? Hi, I'm Sherianna Boyle, author of the Emotional Detox book series and several other books. I also lead a variety of wellness retreats throughout the year. Visit sheriannaboyle.com/events to find out more and to book your retreat today. Again, it's sheriannaboyle.com/events. Welcome back to Deep Dive. Today, we're talking about the week of June 29th. It's Sunday, June 29th, and this goes right through July 5th, everyone, giving your astrology update. Anything else happening this week that we need to know about, Carmen? Or did you hit the major things?
Those are the big ones. We have some stuff happening next week, but we'll wait and do that. But no,
what do you think about what's going on politically?
Yeah, a lot of that is astrological. So I think when Neptune goes retrograde, I think that we're going to see some things play out with that. So sometimes with Neptune too, Neptune can affect the weather, like water, flooding, things with, tsunamis, things like that, wind, rain, storms. Neptune's been connected with storms. So when it goes retro, we could see, the storms. We have this heat wave going on right now. A lot of people, their air conditions can't keep up. I know we're having
I know.
Heat warning every day. I'm getting texts this week. I'm like, this is too hot.
I know mine's not keeping up for sure. I did not have a good night's sleep. I can't sleep when it's hot.
I can't sleep either, and it won't get under 71. I can't get it down. It's just
you can't get it under 71. Did you say?
No.
I'm glad you're on recording because you need it under 71.
Oh, I have to. Oh, my husband, he complains, but it's 63.
Mine
it's
too.
63, or I can't sleep because I'm hot. I'm constantly having hot flashes, and stuff.
Yes, thank you for saying that. Yeah,
my face is red right now. Matter of fact, I'm always hot, and he sleeps better with the cold. They say you need a cold, dark room to sleep. That's
68 degrees.
68's too hot for me. I have 64. I can do 64. And I used to have an air unit in my bedroom only because he was sick of paying the bill of having it. So he, he's like, we're cooling the whole house.
That's like my husband. And I'm like, he's like 71. And he literally said to me, you're going to break the AC. I'm like, I'm going to break
me. He told me the same thing. I'm going to break it. Yep.
Oh, we need somebody to write us in on the show that's in the HVAC because what the heck is this break the AC thing? I think it's a bunch of baloney.
I think so too. He even has the air conditioning guy coming next week, and I got to be home because he wants to make sure, that it's okay. Because he says,
yes,
you got it too cool. You're trying to cool it too low and it can't keep up. He said it can't.
That's what my husband says to me. And I'm like, right now, this is affecting my mental health.
Oh, I can't sleep. Yeah, if you can't, I didn't sleep a week last night.
Either you want a wife that is nice or a wife that is not so nice. Right now, I'm not feeling too nice because that sucker won't. So I put it down. He goes to bed later than I do, and he puts it back up again.
See, that's
while I'm sleeping.
Oh, I got to tell you what happened to us this week. So heat waves going on, which Saturn and Aries guys, there's a lot of fire energy going on. So heat, that makes sense. So anyway, we have a nest, and I thought someone's been putting it on echo or eco. And if it's on eco, it won't kick on. It stays where it's at. And so the other day it was 75 in here when I got back, and I'm like, oh my God, I was dying. And I'm like, what is going on? It said eco. So I texted him, did you put the air conditioner on? Because you can do it from your phone. He can do it from I can do it on my phone too. He goes, no, I thought you did that. I said, no, come to find out, we think Ameren is controlling our nest system because it's connected.
What? You think what?
The Ameren, the air conditioning company in Illinois it's not us. It happened every day. We've had the heat wave. It turns on eco on its own. It's not supposed to do that unless the person that owns it moves it to eco. So
did you call?
He's going to now because he realized I thought it was him. He goes, no, I wouldn't do that. And I said, okay, because you've been on me he goes, no, he goes, they're doing it to save energy. They're doing it because there's so many people that they can't keep up cooling all the houses. And they're doing that because
they better reduce our bills.
You sign a thing I think with them when you get a nest, we had to do something where you can get a lower bill, but we always can control it. It's never gone on eco on its own until we had the heat wave. And it's because they're trying to get people to
because everyone's talking the way we're
trying
talking.
To blow it out. It could blow out the servers.
Okay.
It happened again yesterday. I'm like, it's on eco again. And he goes, yeah, I'm hot. And we looked, it was 75. I said, I haven't heard it kick on. Now I watched it all day and I made sure it's turned down so it stays cool where we don't get so hot at night. By the time I'm ready to go to bed, the whole house, you can't get it cooled down.
No.
It gets hotter and hotter as the day goes, and it's running all day. And except when they put it on eco, and then I caught, wait a minute, I don't hear there. It was on eco. And I did not do it. He did not do it. So if you have a Nest, which is a thing you can, hooked up with whatever air conditioning company you have, they can control and move it. And we think that's what's happening. But anyway.
It's kind of scary.
I know, right? I'm like, how are they have control? He goes, well, they do. And I said, yeah. He goes, they're turning it off. It's like it's turned off when it's on eco.
Interesting.
It does not take on at all. So if your house is really hot, see if you have a Nest and because
I would think that's pretty dangerous. I mean, there's some people that have health issues. There's animals. I mean, I know 75 isn't unreasonable.
No. I mean,
but some people really have a hard time in this heat.
Oh, I don't even want to go outside. I'm always I like to be cold. Yeah. And I'd rather put sweaters on. You can always warm up.
Yeah.
But I hate being hot because if you don't have good air. When we lived in Europe, we lived in Germany twice. We had in Germany, they don't have air conditioning in the homes. You open your windows and you have fans. And at the base, when I worked at the base, I would be in the hot house. I couldn't sleep. And then you go to work and there was no air at the office either.
Interesting.
So we blow fans. So you get used to not having that when you live in another country, and then you appreciate it. I'm like, oh, I miss my central air. So I got back to the US. I'm like, oh, I got central air. Yes. I got TiVo. I can pause the channel in the middle. You don't have that over there.
Yes.
But the thing I missed the most was the central air condition. Oh, and the Germans would be sitting out and fanning themselves. It'd be 100 degrees and we would have no air. And we had to bring my daughter to sleep in the floor of our bedroom because her room was so hot you couldn't even get upstairs. So anyway,
oh my goodness,
heat wave, guys. It's
heat wave. So this week we're talking about Neptune, planet of illusion, is going retrograde, and we're just making sure you're all aware of that. So if you're feeling frustrated with clarity, don't be too hard on yourself. How long is it going to be in retrograde, Carmen?
It's a Neptune retrograde in Aries. And,
oh boy.
And so this is what I'm worried about, because we have Saturn in Aries and Neptune in Aries. And with it going retrograde, it could be that we fall back into some patterns and some wars and things that are could flare up.
Oh, okay.
Because you're going back to the past to readdress.
I see. And in your personal life, can that happen? Can you kind of go back to old patterns? Old ways of reacting and
definitely
dealing with things. Interesting. So it's like the past just coming back.
It can, and I'm because it's in Aries.
You're worried about the flare-ups.
It's more about conflicts, because Aries is war, battle, conflict, aggression. People not, what is going on in the news.
So there may be some stuff that you're seeing
there might be some backtracking or things that are revealed that we didn't know before.
It feels like things are changing so quickly. The things that you hear one thing on the news 1 minute, next thing, the next hours later, it's different. And I think there's just so much that we don't know.
Well, the thing is, too, we only know what the media shows us.
Exactly.
And that's what's a little like, is this
illusion? Is this real?
Like, different channels are different. They have different people, different views. And then, and you get, it's like, but is any of this real? And a lot of it, it's political warfare because they don't want to tell us what's real. They can't tell us everything that's really going on because then it would ruin a lot of things.
Right.
If they really have battle plans, it's best that we don't know about it.
Yes.
'cause if people know, it's going to affect the outcome.
Exactly.
So something, and some of the times on the news lately, I'm like, why are they telling this on the news? This is like giving people information that maybe shouldn't know this.
Right.
Like where bases are, where people are flying. It's like, why are
what
they
the plans are?
on the news? And they're showing maps on the news. I'm like, why are we doing this? Like,
yes.
let's be a little discreet, but everything's just out there. I mean, it's like you get inundated with all of the, but no, I think that tensions are going to be high still with Saturn and Neptune and Aries, guys. But Neptune retrograding in Aries is, it could bring up old conflicts, and it could bring some things to light that we didn't know. I think it's going to play out in the world in some way. So let's see what happens.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that is all we have time for in our show today. Thanks so much, Carmen, for giving us this update. And thank you to all of our listeners for listening to Deep Dive with Carmen and Sherianna. Once again, if you miss a show, go to Deep Dive with Carmen and Sherianna on YouTube to get your update, or you just need to hear about it again and get that information. Thanks, everybody, and we'll talk to you next week.
Hi, this is Carmen Turner Schott, author and psychological astrologer. My newest books are Your Astrological Energy and Astrology's Magical Nodes of the Moon. Both offer powerful insights to help you understand your emotions and your spiritual journey through astrology. Discover how your birth chart can help you heal, transform, and become more resilient. Visit my website today at carmenturnershott.com and grab your copies on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and online stores.
Looking to transform your life? Sherianna Boyle, author of 11 powerful books, invites you to take a deep dive. Explore her emotional detox series, discover manifesting with energy in action, and connect with spirit in her latest book, Just Ask Spirit. Start your journey today. Find all her books at sheriannaboyle.com. Thank you for tuning into Deep Dive with Sherianna Boyle and Carmen Turner Schott. If today's episode inspired you, don't forget to share, subscribe, and leave us a review. For more insights and resources, visit carmenturnershott.com and sheriannaboyle.com. Until next time, keep diving deep into your soul's journey.